So Luke, we're here at Donington Park. It's the second round of the TCR UK Championship. You're back though for the year now. How are you?
I'm good, yeah, it's nice to be back. Obviously we missed I was on holiday for the first round, so I flew back on the Saturday afternoon, which is annoying. I think we'd have had a good result last round. I think there was a few people didn't make the most of the weekend, and I think we'd have been for a podium all three races, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, the first weekend was really exciting. I was here covering it, and all three races were brilliant. I was going to ask, how much were you following it? Because I know, more than anything, you're a fan of this championship as much as you are a driver.
Yeah, I was here. I flew back on Saturday afternoon. I was watching the first race on the plane. We landed. I got 4G. Was on the phone watching it, and then obviously I come up on the Sunday. Was walking around, and obviously I think people knew I'd bought a car. Yeah. But I was trying to keep it secret. But this job's like everyone finds out, and everyone knows all your secrets. So yeah, I was here. I enjoyed it. I was a bit annoyed that I'd booked a holiday and didn't come. I think we'd had a good result. But we're back. It's good to be back. It's obviously today. It's a bit boring today, but no, we good and see what we can do today.
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, attention now very quickly in that 2 week sort of turnaround turn into this weekend. We're back at Donington, but on the GP circuit, a bit of a different challenge. But you're in the Audi. You seem pretty confident coming into the weekend, and everything sounds pretty positive.
Yeah, my driving style in this is you've got to be a bit different in this to get the most out of it. So I'm locking up a little bit where I shouldn't be, and I think on my fastest lap yesterday, I think we were 6th overall, but I lost. I think half a second with people in front of me held me up, and I overshot the hairpin. So I think we should have been in the high to mid 33s. Yeah. The boys are doing 32.9s up the road a little bit, but you know, testing's one thing, qualifying's another, and racing's even more. So let's see.
Well, for sure, and I think even more so, this grid is very competitive. You know, we had a good line-up of cars at round one, but there's even more so here. You know, Adam Shepherd had an amazing first weekend, and then there's people like Brad who had a really disaster last time, but he's going to be looking to bounce back. He's going to be quick off the back now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think going into a race weekend and coming out of it minus points is never a good start to your season. Obviously, Adam is. No, I don't care. Adam's the fastest driver in the championship. I think you could put Adam in a British touring car. I think he'd be top 10. So Adam, you know, I think he's just that little bit up the road. I think if he had a good budget, he'd just walk away. Yeah. I think Adam does on what he spends is incredible. I'm his biggest fan. I'm his little fanboy. No, I love Adam. We got him really well. And it's great to see him doing well. Hope he keeps it on and does well this weekend. And I think if he keeps the car on the track and it's reliable, I think he'll walk it.
Yeah, he's a great addition to the championship. Looking ahead to, obviously, we've got qualifying later today, and much later today. We've got a long wait before that. What position would you be happy with? What's the aim?
I think we'll be top 6. Yeah. I always say this, and it always goes to pot. So, like your blueprint of the year, I'll end up being on that again. No, I think top 6 is where we should be. Yeah. I'd like to be top 5. I think the boys that are the two standout guys in the championship, I think, will be first and second. I think the other two guys that are here in good cars, I think they'll be up there. And I think it's going to be like, I think it'll be Campy, Brad and I that are going to be, 4th, 5th, or 5th, 6th, 7th. Yeah. Hopefully I'm not 7th, but still we get on. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, it's going to be a close one. I guess one positive being on the GP circuit is if you don't get the qualifying result today, you've got 2 races tomorrow, and in theory you'll be able to move forward because there's lots of overtaken opportunities with the 2 hairpins and the Croners as well.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good weekend. I think I'm pretty slow to get into the rhythm. Yeah. I've had Rob Huff coaching me yesterday, and I went purple in sector 1 on my last lap. Yeah. Rob was like, he's like, did well. You come a second half forward from the previous session, but he was like, mate, he says, what are you doing to be purple for the entire session in sector 1 on your last lap when your tyres are about done? He says you need to get on that from the start. Which is, I am quite slow out the box, and I'll generally just chip away and try and have one decent lap and get up there. But if we can have a few and get where we need to be, it'd be great. Yeah,
I was going to say, how cool having Rob Huff, obviously with you guys yesterday. I'm sure everyone saw that back home, but how beneficial is it having someone like that within the team working with you a little bit? Like, he's touring car royalty, isn't he?
Yeah, Rob's wicked. Like, I've met Rob quite a bit, and obviously he's driven this car with Come To You and other people, and yeah, Rob got in the car for the first session yesterday just to see how it was, and got out of the car and was like, right, that needs changing. I'm not happy with that. And the feedback he got from doing basically one flying lap probably saved our weekend, because there was an issue with the car I would never have known. So if he hadn't have been here, I think we'd have been nowhere all weekend. So obviously what it cost me, I think he's more than covered himself.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck for the rest of the weekend when it finally does kick off, and yeah, keep up the good work.
Thank you very much.